Alright, continuing where we left off in our previous video with James leaving at the middle of June. Of course, we mentioned that James had given his notice since April, and the team was able to hire a replacement for James, Jimmy, who joined on the 1st of May. So let's go ahead and add Jimmy. So Jimmy 008, and Jimmy is a bit of a younger guy than James. Yeah, Jimmy joined on the 1st of May. Jimmy is also a receivables clerk. And Jimmy will also work in the finance department in Essequibo. So I'll go ahead and save Jimmy's profile. And Jimmy works for $140,000 per month when he joined the organization. Now, subsequent to Jimmy joining, he got trained by James, and then sometime in the middle of July, the team was very impressed with Jimmy's work, and the HR team has agreed to a raise for Jimmy from the 21st of July to $180,000. So let's go ahead and add that. Now we can quickly add the adjustments to his salary by clicking the plus button. You'll notice that the previous salary data is pre-filled, and we did say that from the 21st of July is when Jimmy will have his new salary of $180,000. Yep, and let's go ahead and save that. Now, along with this new salary, Jimmy does get 2 allowances. So he gets a non-taxable phone allowance, and again, this needs to start from July 21st of $10,000. Right. In fact, Jimmy gets 1 allowance, not 2. Alright, so now we have Jimmy's new salary. If we go to Jimmy's profile, under salary history, we'll see the old salary here, and we will see that Techlify HR automatically closed his old salary the day before the new salary starts. Now, how does this all reflect within our system? How does Techlify HR handle the multiple salaries? So let's go ahead and have a look at that. Let's create a fixed-rated monthly payroll for Essequibo. Let's see what that looks like. And well, we did not have fixed-rated monthly for Essequibo. I wonder where Jimmy went. All right, let's start this from 1st of July. Okay, there we go. So we'll see that Jimmy had 2 salaries in July. This first one, 140, ending on July 20th, and then the current salary of $180,000. And you'll notice Techlify HR automatically selected both of these salaries for Jimmy. Now if I go ahead and save this, we'll get calculations, and we'll notice something here. Jimmy's basic pay for July is $165,000, and in our previous video we had explained how prorating works. So if you need to review that, just go ahead and watch a previous video on partial employee salaries. Now we'll notice for Jimmy that he had $180,000 from July 21st, but he had $140,000 from up to July 20th. So Techlify HR automatically prorated both salaries, came up with his basic pay. The previous salary, however, this one from May 1st to July 20th, there were no allowances, so no allowances got prorated here, and only in Jimmy's new salary he had a $10,000 phone allowance. So this allowance would get prorated for only the part of the month that this salary covers. So that's why his allowance is so low here. It's just less than 50% of what the full amount is. And then we can notice that everything else is prorated: gross salary, NIS, employer, employee. Of course, he gets the full statutory deduction because he worked the full month. So even if you had prorated it for the 2 salaries, because the salaries cover the entirety of the month, Techlify HR detects that and gives him the full statutory deduction, and again everything gets prorated accordingly. And this is how Techlify HR handles a scenario where you have an employee getting a change in salary or a change in compensation, at the middle of any given period. It's all handled automatically for you.